The two precise destructions. What? The two precise destructions go in place of dropping to ultimate max. Well, this is a human damage PvE set. Do I even need a human damage PvE set? I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it's the human damage, or sorry, the dosa like thing that ties his elements together. That's all bugged right now. There's no way these are demi-human, right? Aren't they humans? I'll go check. No, they're human. Unless they changed the Dehkia ones. Yeah, there's an emergency maintenance tomorrow, by the way, to fix the Dosa problem. For an Awakening Dosa. I will say, I'm not going to play Awakening Dosa because I just don't really... I mean, new classes typically aren't like content to me, personally. I'd rather do things with the class I want to play, but it is the coolest one they've added for a significant amount of time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need, like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to do a full hour. We're just getting a feel. Nice Orzeka there, Death. We're just getting a feel, basically, for how it is. That made no sense. But yeah. Alright, let's just try it out. Let's see. I guess if it feels good and we have like impractical buffs on, that if I do buff practically, it's gonna feel nice. I know it's supposed to be pretty close to Crescents, but... Oh, there's some red stuff there. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, presumably you get more trash, right? Yeah, they're human. You can see at the top here. If you ever want to know, you might have to turn this on in your settings, but if you look at the HP bar when I hit a mob, you can always check by that little icon there. That little blue one with the hood, that's human. And then demi-human is like orange-ish. Yeah, well, so I was actually going to mention that the only other thing I didn't do is add plus 15 PvP damage to my skill add-ons, which is like a necessity if you grind human damage. Or not necessity, but like, you know, it helps. Well, that's what I get for tapping out for all of 2 seconds. Almost died. Yeah, I don't have a clue if I'm being honest. Yeah, I mean, how much does Indignation give? I know it has like the 12% special, but the human damage part of it isn't that high, is it? Is it 20? Oh, it's 25. Okay, it's a little higher than I thought it was. Whoa, that looks cool. Do I kill those? I can't. Bro doesn't fuck around. Problem with Indignation is I wouldn't have the HP restoration that some classes naturally have on enough of their skills. Yeah, I mean, how much do you lose? You lose 20 DR. That's a lot. Oh, I got a Deba Wrecker ring, so that's a good start. Maybe some kind of karma for doing the Sangoon buff on the channel. You with an Indignation, you lose 20 DR, yeah. 150 HP. You also lose the HP recovery you'd get from the Harmony. I don't really understand this. Okay, so you stand in the white and don't take damage. If you stand in red, you take damage, I guess. I mean, this works for me. The narrow spawn doesn't really... Oh, you get buffed as well. Oh, okay. So I stand here, right? And yeah, it refreshes it. Yeah, you're right. And then the red, I assume, just debuffs you or damages you as well. Interesting. It would be a shame not to, like... I've been looking forward to, like, the rewards every week from doing Guild Black Shrine. It will be a shame. This Sunday I won't have them. I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's certainly not as efficient. I'm always of the mindset, and I know that this is, like, kind of ironic considering you came from Zethian, from a raid, but I'm always of the mindset that any kind of grinding is better than no grinding because I hate grinding so much. So for me, like, if you're gonna grind something less than effectively, but it means that you grind it in the first place,
I'm perfectly
that's
happy
probably like the best case scenario.
King crush peasants.
Is that my Giannis? What's up, my man? Guys, if you don't know Giannis, please give him a follow. I'm gonna... Okay, he actually said something, so I don't have to type out and shout him out unless I have a mod that can do it for me. Hey, Roma. Thank you so much, Giannis. Hope you're having a good day, man. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so... If you end up grinding this and you don't have Lolt. Agris or whatever, or I don't know. Better than not doing any grinding, I guess. But no, like, to be most effective, 100%, you do want the Agris. Like, what's the AP cap? No idea. I haven't looked it up. Could you not, like, do maybe, like, trolls with that gear? No? Calfee and Elvia is, like, big up at the moment. If you thought about that, I would try it, like... I still can't believe this is like the narrowest spawn I've ever seen. Has anybody checked to see if you can iframe that buff? Because that would suck. Oh, that was laggy. Oh, you just found it boring? Yeah, I mean, I guess Highlands is kind of similar to Gaifeng. I like loading myself up on medication and taking a bath when I have a fever. And also as little screen time as possible. So you shouldn't be on the stream. Yeah, I was just noticing like the FPS drops are kind of real. Those like ominous black orbs that he spawns look pretty cool. Can't lie. I don't know what they do, but yeah, the white side gives you a buff and doesn't damage you. A lot of downtime, actually, compared to some other spots.
I hate Rangers! I fucking hate them!
Leslie Power, thank you for the follow. You guys are raining those earrings now. Look at that. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I guess I should just use the downtime to put trash away. Yeah, I haven't been to Cadry since it got updated, no. But that was today, so, you know, cut me some slack. Right now, like, my time is rammed. Oh, so you can iframe that. My IRL is just like, yeah. I got married on Friday, so you can probably guess what that does to my personal time. And, yeah, so tomorrow will probably be my last stream for a couple days, and I'll try and stream on the following Monday next week. So, congrats, unsubbed. What? No longer available? Illusion broken? This is not what I subbed for and donated thousands of dollars for. Yeah. Exciting times, but also stressful times, you know. This is really straightforward. I don't think it's super exciting, but it's really straightforward. be sad not to get the Black Shrine rewards this week. I unironically really look forward to opening those boxes. I'm actually broke at the moment, so having done an hour of grinding will be really good. Failed another oct click today. No rewards? No, for me personally, I didn't. The only time my group could do the bosses basically ended up being this Monday, but Azu had a fever, so you can blame Azu. So unfortunately, that meant we just couldn't get together to do the bosses this week. But I already got my sick ass statue, so you know, I got the main thing. Thoughts on the season? The Prem? Well, it's going well. I wish that international breaks were a thing of the past. By the way, check that out if you want to see my my statue. But yeah, I mean, can't really complain, can we? Oh, death. Huge, man. Congrats. That's a nice drop. That's my Sangoon buff right there, man. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag live, laugh, get fat loot.
I hate Rangers! I fucking hate them!
Thanks for the follow, man. Throne and Liberty when? Yeah, probably the only person, or one of the few BDO streamers that's not trying it. I'm just not interested. I've mentioned it a lot, but I'll go over it again quickly. Doesn't look like something I'm that interested in personally. I'm happy for people that are interested. That's totally fine. But it's not for me personally. As for like other reasons, like if I ever get to the point where I was like, you know, oh fuck BDO, I really don't want to play BDO anymore, and that might depend on how the Calpheum ball goes down. I just don't think I would play BDO until I felt that it was better. I would never hard quit BDO, I don't think. But I would certainly like step away from the game if I really felt I didn't want to play it, and the devs were doing a continually not so awesome job. But I don't think I would pick up another game. And also, I would never, ever, because of BDO, play another Korean MMO. I've had enough of being a second-class citizen in my own game because I'm not Korean. You know, getting content slowly, being ignored, you know. I mean, it really is a remarkable experience when you know that, like, NA and EU fund 60+% of the game on their own. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not fun playing an MMO that you're excited to play, but all the content is released on another region ahead of time and spoiled. I don't want to ever go through that again. You know, so whether that's Lost Ark or Throne and Liberty or whatever Korean or even Asian MMO, I just don't want to do that again. At this point, might as well just go touch grass. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like, you know, my entire life doesn't depend around BDO being good or not. I have other games I'm interested in playing. I on the side, MMO-wise, I still play Classic WoW. Really enjoy that. Maybe one day I'll give Resale WoW a proper chance. I don't know. But I'm not in a rush to try some new MMO. I don't think it's quite as bad, but I do remember when, like, at one point it was Bless Unleashed that was going to kill BDO. That was really funny. All those streamers watching them play Bless Unleashed was really, really funny. But yeah. Hey, Anglo. Blade and Soul wasn't a bad game. I mean, don't get me wrong. My infinite hope is that the developers listen to feedback and have an eye on the trajectory of the game. But I'm just worried that, like, there may be some junior developers at Pearl Abyss that, like, really have great ideas and have the sort of finger on the pulse, so to speak. But because of the way Asian companies work or Korean companies work, you know, the way the boss is king, you know, ultimately, if Jay is the one that drives the current direction of the game, we're kind of cooked, you know. Let's be honest, because in these kind of companies, when the big man says something, you don't go against that. You know, there's a reason Japanese companies have to hire the rude American role. How's Cadry? It's alright. Just another grind spot. I mean, I'm a big simp for Valencia. Valencia is my favorite region in BDO, so I'm always happy to have spots in Valencia. My dream was to have... dude, I almost said basilisks. I don't know what blasting... Like, it's like blastoise. Basilisk. Remodeled, but... this is okay, too. I love Valencia, so I'm happy for it. Money-wise, I can't tell you, because I've not done more than what I've done so far, about 20 minutes of this, so I can't tell you that. It's supposed to be basically Crescents 2.0. It's just like Crescents, so... Oh, that's true. You don't need resistances here, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure how effective human damage will end up being. I have a human damage crystal build, but not, like, as optimized as it needs to be. It's another why Asian games don't want to release in NA due to critics. Oh, because, like, they're worried that they'll say the game is bad, and that's, like, big offensive. Like, how could they be so brazen? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I grew up on Korean MMOs, actually. Before BDO, my first MMO was a very indie game. I know at least one person in the chat maybe has played, called Cal Online. And it was, for some of you might be familiar, only not because you be like, I know that game, but you played something similar like Metin 2 or Lineage or a couple of these games. They all had very similar game engines that they used, or they used the same engine basically. So the games ended up looking pretty similar in that era. And this is like, you know, very early 2000s. So that's what I grew up playing. But, you know, this was early days of the internet. We didn't have, like, any of the information from Korea, really. You know, a couple savvy people did. So it wasn't really too spoiled, but it was a classic Korean grinder, that's for sure. I mean, way more grindy than this game. But that's what I grew up playing, you know. And it wasn't actually until 2019 when Blizzard launched Classic World of Warcraft again that I'd actually really gave time to WoW. I just want to see what the hype was about, because I'd heard a lot about vanilla WoW in general being like, oh, I wish we could go back to vanilla, you know. And I really enjoyed that, but I didn't give WoW any chance when I was younger. No, Cal, K-A-L online. I think it means sword in Korean, but don't quote me on that. It was fun. Had some great armor and weapon designs, but it was hella basic. But those games of that era pretty much were. Yeah. See, Ash is a creation. It's not it. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I have zero expectation for that game. I'm happy to be proven wrong because, I mean, there's nothing that the MMO player base wants more than a new banging MMO. So if it's amazing, you know. I mean, BDO was very groundbreaking in a lot of ways and still has a lot going for it. And all it takes is a directional shift and a few, like, whoopsie daisy, let's do this instead. And, you know, we're back on track. There was a lot of damage done to certain communities that I care about, i.e. the PvP community. I mean, if you look at Node Wars now, that's why I was so angry at the dev talk, because it was like, there was no acknowledgement that this thing that these updates to Node Wars that we never asked for, nobody asked for, that came out of nowhere, that were totally unrelated to the feedback we did give about Node Wars, have been horrendous for the game. There's no acknowledgement of that. Instead, they're like, oh, this has been amazing for people getting into Node Wars. Which is pretty insulting, I'm not going to lie, and I don't like their solution. I mean, I'm glad that old Node Wars could be making a comeback, but, you know, 2 months to develop a system where the siege leader can choose. But it's like, you know, they can't admit that there was fault. And this is like kind of like that, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm frustrated at those things. I mean, a lot of other people that don't PvP are frustrated for other reasons, like progression-wise and things like that. So, everybody has their kind of own thing, but I think for me right now, I'm definitely like, let's see what the Calcium Bowl is like. I really need to see them cook at the Calcium Bowl. They're capable of doing it. But, you know, we got a brand new region. It's like there's nothing to do there. You know, what happened to Altar Blood? Some of you probably never played Altar Blood because it's, you know, been many years since we had it, but they announced that they're revamping Altar Blood. It's fun content. Actually, unironically, very good PvE content in this game. Yeah, I mean, looking at BDO as a single-player party PvE, I'm going to say something that, like, I think some people will definitely find, like, wrong or, like, oh, wow, that's not my experience at all. But I don't think BDO is a good MMO if all you do is PvE. No matter what modern players, casual players tried to say, this game was fundamentally built around being an open world PvP game. It always had pretty good life skilling, which economically has fallen off. And now PvE is ultra dominant in terms of your income. But both in terms of rewarding you for progression, so your character feels more powerful against things. The game is doing a bad job at the moment. I do think the Guild Black Shrine and even the Solo Black Shrine were the best things they've done in PvE. Altar Blood was also good before that. But there's only so many circles I can do, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I just think if all you do is grind in the game, I think that, yeah, at most you probably play the game pretty casually because as outside of combat, you know, which is fun for a bit, and then you're like, oh. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, Ultra Blood doesn't have to be region related though, and I hope it's not. I don't see a reason you have to, like, it has to be like, you know, region related. I mean, we had it in the past already. It was just like, you know, you go to Star's End and don't think it's dependent on having a specific area in the game. I actually think the Lakairo system is also another missed opportunity. I think Lakairo would have been cool if we just ran around hunting varying rarities of plants. Rather than trying to find them and then doing Minesweeper. Yeah, I mean, like, if you, like, had, like, the different... not only the rarity of the plant in general, but also, like, the different rarities of the variant of the plant. And then you could just spend your time... Like, if I wanted to log into BDO, go on my horse and run around and jump around in the game world all day long, hunting for rare plants, that would be cool content to me, unironically. I think that would be more fun than this Minesweeper or current life skills, which is, you know where the thing spawns, you just go there and stand there and... Yeah. It said you, like, you find them and then you do Minesweeper, and it's like, okay. But, you know, it doesn't really make sense as, like, a... Like, the money is so bad for the effort you have to go through. It's weird. I think that could have been cool content, because BDO's game world is really nice, you know? More reason to be out in the world exploring, I think, would only be a good thing. Come on, baby. Wouldn't mind a second Debo ring. Well, people shouldn't be able to kill your horse really anyway, right? There are only certain conditions, I think, that you can actually kill someone's horse. But it is nice. I cannot lie. It is very nice. See, that was part of one of the Heidel balls that was, like, most hyped. The one with the Crocodile Sanctuary and the Tier 10 Doom, you know. They just really did a good job, and it's like they lasted 2 months before they started, like, attacking the PvP modes in the game and doing weird things. Really? Normally flagging doesn't allow you to attack a horse directly. Usually someone has to be on the horse, or you have to be in a duel, or don't remember. It's been a while since. I don't usually grind on Anon Arsha. But yeah. Oh. Maybe you have to like recently have tagged the player and that's why it works. Genuinely not sure on that one. Not sure that works. No, I know, but you said you V'd when you got attacked, right? So he flagged you, and then maybe that gives you a window to attack the horse. I'm not sure. I mean, Anon Arsha has its own little quirky rules anyway, so. But yeah, there's like specific conditions you can attack someone's horse, and like I said, in the past, usually the person have to actually be on the horse or adjacent to the horse at least. And then also, if you can duel someone, you can kill their horse. I know that much. People used to do that all the time to greet people. It could be a unique Anon Arsha thing, where that's just how it works as well, is that you can like tag somebody, then run over and kill their horse within a certain time. Oh, Awakening Dosa, yeah. Dude, that class, I know it's bugged at the moment, so yes, I know it's bugged. Should be fixed tomorrow. Those skill animations, and in general, the way it works, very cool. A lot of classes PA is added. I've been like, what is the point of this class? Like, what does it improve about the game, or is it unique enough to... But... That one I can, you know, very innovative and also very cool animations. Well, that's not necessarily true. It goes back further than that. Not many people remember, but Striker was terrible on release. And then they do what they usually do, is just over-buff it. But yeah, they oh, Afro. They have in the past they have released classes undercooked or overcooked and then nerfed them, rather. But there have been, you know, also cases of like classes just being gold bar. Let's go. Oh yeah, Succession Megu is just outrageous, yeah. I mean, it's still really strong now. It's funny how it like it was meta for so long and then sort of came back to being meta. Oh, that guy got off his horse, so am I gonna have some PvP action here? I hope not, because I'm not buffed for PvP, but you know. So one problem with, like, I don't mind being attacked on Arsha because, like, it's Arsha. I do wish there was, like, a system to let you better defend yourself when you're PvE buffed against a player that's PvP buffed, because the gap in stats is so enormous. The PvP player, if they do want the spot, is also not ready to grind, so then they would have to swap everything if they won the spot. The PvEer has no chance. It's always why the original GVG system was so much better, you know. If you were going to go help your homie in GVG, you were ready to be buffed in PvP. You knew what you were there for. Well, probably. I don't know. I got 40 minutes on this grind so far that I've done. UV and change server. I don't. I'm stubborn. I go swap my PvP stuff, but it is annoying to have to abandon your grind progress, and because it's not like, okay, I just have a brief pause and go fight this guy. You know, if you want to fight the person properly, you have to PvP buff. So I'll go do that, but it does obviously mean that, you know, everything else that I had ready for PvE gets swapped over and unfortunately goes down the drain. But no, I mean, I like to fight, so I don't mind it. It's just it sucks to fight in PvE. But I don't like log on to Arsha and just like pray that I never have to fight, you know. Or worse, get mad at somebody for attacking me on Arsha like some people do. I get mad at PA though, because, you know, the game used to be, wherever you were doing, whether it was PvE or PvP, you'd always be like pretty much buffed exactly the same. I mean, there was a time I basically walked into like most grind spots and just had like a milk tea on, you know. Whereas now, like, the buff checklist that you have to, if you're ready for PvE, is like, you know, it's like 15 things long. It's crazy. Well, I did get a Deba ring, but I've not gotten one from a commander yet. It's just from normal mobs. It was really early. How are we doing? 5,000. Alright, probably deal with this soon. Depends where I'm grinding, whether I grind on Arsha or not. If I think the grind spot's gonna be busy, then I'll grind normally. Because unlike the old days where it wouldn't matter if you were fighting constantly for your spot, you know, it was fine because you weren't wasting many PvE buffs or whatever, right? Like now you are wasting a ton of stuff if you're constantly having to swap to PvP stuff and fight. If I think that's going to be the case, then yeah. I'd rather just grind normally. I mean, 320% is... If I can get 320%, that's still really nice. But yeah, 370% is obviously much nicer. 400%, I suppose, if you had the castle. Supposed to spawn the commander there, no? Oh, yep, just really late. Okay. Weird.
I hate Rangers! I fucking hate them!
Yeah, I did get that. Illegal, thanks, man. Does anybody know if Garmoth.com has Cadry Dehkia updated already, or Scow been slacking or not? It does? Okay, cool. Don't have to go annoy Scow. Hope he adds my suggestion, though. Man, my poor armors are never going to be set with all these Cronstone drains in the game. How can I justify well over 2,000 what is it, 2,700 for a Tet armor click? That's so many, man. That's more crons than it takes me to click Octs on my weapon at the moment. This is human, yeah. Yeah, they human look. That guy got the Rune's treasure piece for the potion. That's a long stun. Oh my god. What the f was that? I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then I wasn't fine. Bro, what? I should have just V'd, but I really didn't think I would need to. I mean, I know it's nighttime, but even still, Jesus Christ. I was like, yeah, this will be fine. This will be fine. Nope. How long until daytime? Wow. It's like 15 minutes. Well, at least most crystals short of like Rebellious aren't that hard to replace. Yeah, that was I wasn't expecting that, man. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna recover here and be out to iframe, and it just seemed to go on forever. That was crazy. I tried Dose Awakening on a seasonal dose I had set up from a long time ago. Very cool, I have to admit. I don't usually like look at classes. Well, I still don't look at classes as new content. They just like, oh, that's cool for people that want to play that new class. But I will say that this is the first class in a while that I understand why it's worth having. Kind of like a lot of the new classes that they add, I'm like, what did that add to the game? You know, it's kind of similar to this class we already have. And, you know, there's always going to be some similarities no matter what you make now, right? Because all the tropes have been done. But I thought it was pretty cool. I don't think he asked about that. Thought skill animation wise and also how clever it is with the combinations of the elements and how they interact with each other if you use them in certain orders. I think it's very cool. Yeah, it's affecting the damage output, yeah. It's being fixed tomorrow though, apparently, so there's a small emergency maintenance tomorrow to fix Dose's problems. So I guess if you want to be really safe here, you can still go for like stiffen resist or stun resistance. Right? Same thing actually, in terms of the crystals at least. Dude, he pumps so hard actually. Yeah, nighttime you have to be careful, especially if you're not a hero class like a Zerker. What's bugged with it? Well, that whole effect of like how I think how you're supposed to get like reward damage for combining different elements isn't actually working or something like that.
Rangers! I fucking hate them!
I like that name. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I can for a little bit. Suck Sage. I don't miss Suck Sage when
I
it
hate
was
Rangers. I fucking hate them.
really OP in Node Wars. Crystal, thanks for follow. Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention. Not gonna lie though, the Cadry commander owns so much harder than the one at Crescent's. I'll be able to tell you in 6 minutes. No, I don't, because I mentioned it basically going into the hour that I'm not going in properly prepared. You know, I do have a Blight set, but I don't have it in a Kaboa. I don't have plus 15 PvP damage on my skill add-ons, things like that. I just wanted to try the spot off. In fact, originally I wasn't even sure I was going to do the full hour. But yeah, I do have decent crystals for human damage at least. Well, yeah, because there's a million more human damage sources. Yeah, they're human. They're cultists, but they're human. Also, this guy fucking owns. Just warning you. It's very similar. You have to stay in the white to get an AP buff aura that comes up, and if you're in the red one, you just get damage and don't get the AP buff. See, like this. And then you get the buff in the top with the cross swords, the yellowy golden one. And then every now and then the Cadry commander spawns to chunk face. If you have a lot of forward guard, you'll be alright though. Nobody really knows George, but people are speculating that it won't be, but it could give you more AP on your Kazad, but we'll see. I hope if they do that, they make it lower to DP, so. Is it more brain dead than Crescent? No, I think Crescent is easier. Because the Cadry, like, Gatekeeper, or sorry, Crescent Gatekeeper, whatever that spawns, is so much easier to kill. This dude doesn't fuck around. Yeah, I have like a billion playlists on Spotify for streaming, and I just try to like rotate them, but I end up going through like the same music all the time because it's just hard to get new music when you stream so much. And you have music in the background so much, you know. But yes, this is my epic playlist, so it's a lot of 2 steps from hell in it too. And that is that. I mean, a little scuffed. Well, more than a little scuffed. But let's see what it was with scuffed. I mean, if we got a good idea that it's good money while being scuffed, then that means when it's not scuffed and I set the grind up properly, it might be really good. But we'll see. We'll do some calculations. I don't want to sell you on false promises, Evan. I actually used to listen to a lot of more epic style music because it was my favorite when I was like in my 20s to play to. But actually, one of the 2 Steps from Hell songs used to be my sub alert, which was El Dorado, still my favorite one. But yeah, I have to listen to so much music. So you might come back and you might not hear epic music. You might hear something completely different. Just because I have to go through so much music before I get bored. It's like crop rotations, you know. The soil gets degraded if I plant too much of the same crop. But I do like epic music. Especially like epic moments in movies that have epic soundtracks and things like that. Big fan. Alright, so let me just find Garmoth. Yeah, Zimmer's a classic. Grind tracker. Add. Cadry. It's on there, okay. Right, yeah, I mean, definitely we know we can do quite a lot better than what I did. You know, I mean, that would be true even if I was properly buffed because your first hour is always, like, way worse than every other hour. But obviously, if we're properly buffed, we'll be able to be more efficient than that. But this is okay for just a teaser test. So let's see. What is that as it was? So the icon is missing, but this is the trash. So I made in that hour 1.7. Well, actually, technically I made more. This wouldn't normally be the case. But, yeah. I'll just leave it on that, even though it's technically not correct. So 80, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's correct, right? Nothing I missed. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely, like, the trash is a lot worse than it would be. You'd get a couple thousand more than that, I suspect, if I was both more experienced. So, like, what we had is